how I eat during the day. Very fatty cakes or foods, and guys, I have to confess, because I'm absolutely 100% honest with you guys. Ta-da! Hi guys, welcome to my Talking Tuesdays second episode. The first one went well and I'm very happy that you encouraged me to shoot another one. And today I'm going to share my nutrition plan. And to start off, I'm going to say that I don't have any specific meal times or any specific regimen I stick to. So I'll just go with the flow and explain how I eat during the day. I will try to include some of the real life pictures. I don't take many pictures of my food, especially if I eat at home, but I will include those which I have, and maybe also a few from my trip to Bali, where I took a lot more pictures. The food was more colorful and obviously it was on the more healthier side from what I eat normally, but I hope it's going to do. I will probably start with drinks. So I only drink water, a lot of water in the morning. I usually have like almost half a liter of warm water just after I wake up. Then throughout the day, I don't have any specific like a water bottle or any time where I just go and drink a glass or two. So whenever I feel like it, I drink it. So nothing specific here. Coffee, I must have a huge mug of coffee in the morning. And if I have coffee at home, it's just Arabica, ground Arabica, which I put boiled water over. Since the time I was in Indonesia, I've acquired a certain taste for a very interesting recipe I'm going to share with you. It's simple and I love it. I'm not sure if it's for everyone, but I add 1 teaspoon of ground turmeric and a little bit of cinnamon and a little bit of ground pepper. Like actually 4 types of pepper. So I mix it all together. I love the smell, the aroma is really nice, and I just enjoy it that way. I don't think there is any secret behind it. Maybe there is, so you can try it. Then I might have another cup of coffee during the day. If I drink coffee somewhere in a cafe, I would order an espresso or Americano, but I very seldom drink cappuccino or latte just because I'm not too fond of the taste. But if I don't eat anything, like if it's just a meal and coffee, then it's just black coffee. I also drink tea. With tea, I can drink basically any kind of tea. I'm not a big fan of herbal teas, but I drink black tea most of the time. Sometimes I can drink some green tea, yeah, nothing special here. 1 or 2 cups of tea a day. So as you see, like my water consumption might not be consuming enough, but it's enough for me. And I don't like the fact that you have to drink something. Like if you feel like drinking, you'll drink, right? So alcohol, also quite important. Alcohol is something that I do not exclude from my diet. I love wine. I love dry or semi-dry wine, and I drink sparkling wine or Prosecco every now and then. Actually, 2 or 3 times a week I have a glass of wine in the evening, of course. Strong spirits, it's very I am not a big drinker. I can have a little bit of tequila or whiskey, but I never mix alcohol with anything else. Like I don't like cocktails. I don't like how I feel after them, and I just don't like the taste and that way I digest them. Juices, I don't drink juices. Sometimes, or very, very seldom, I might drink a freshly squeezed juice, but I never make any smoothies or juices myself. And I don't know why, but I prefer to eat my fruit and not drink it. The same goes with vegetables and anything else. So I enjoy eating more than drinking. Probably that's the reason. And also I don't drink, or almost never drink, any fizzy drinks. I might have like half a can or a can of Red Bull or something, very occasionally. So I believe that's all I could say about drinks. If I missed something, then send me a question in the comments. So probably before I go into breakfast, lunch and dinner type of story, I think I should tell you about certain products which I 99% of the time basically never eat. So the first one would be potatoes as a side dish. If potatoes are included in the dish already, like a part of a salad, or they're in the soup or something, I eat that. But I don't like potatoes. Potato pancakes maybe every now and then, but never like, I never choose potatoes as a side dish. I just don't like the taste. Mayo. I don't eat mayonnaise or any mayonnaise type base sauces if they come from a bottle or a can, or if they are not homemade. If they're made by a chef in a restaurant or made at home, then I can have some. Not a big fan either. Lard or all kinds of fat on meat. Very fatty cakes or foods which have like loads of butter or something, and I can see it or taste it, or when the fat is dripping, or deep fried foods. No, I don't like those. Just I don't know. My body just rejects them automatically. I will tell you about the foods that I eat every single day. Actually, they're quite ordinary. So I eat fruit, vegetables, berries if I have some. I always have a lot of dairy products, and my dairy is 90% cow milk based. If for some cheeses can be like goat cheese or something, but it's cow milk, and I do not like vegetable milks or vegetable dairy, if you can say that. Just occasionally I can have like soy tofu, yes, tofu cheese if it's fresh, if it's good, but otherwise it's only cow milk based products, and I don't have any intolerance, so and I enjoy those. I eat ice cream every single day, and guys, I have to confess, it's like a huge probably an awful thing to confess, but I have ice cream every single day. I'm obsessed, I'm addicted. What can I do? To me, eating an ice cream is like having a workout. So what else? I have grains every single day, porridges or just boiled grains. I have bread every single day. I have meat or fish or seafood. Yeah, and I guess that's, yeah, and the way I cook, I only cook with olive oil, and I buy only cold pressed virgin olive oil. Okay, so finally, what I eat during the day. Breakfast, never the fixed time, can be early in the morning, can be later, like a brunch kind of thing, but it's always first thing as a huge bowl of fruit. Guys, I eat so much fruit, I feel embarrassed. And even if it's like not the season or I don't have a big variety, but I would have like 3 or 4 apples before I even start my breakfast. Second thing that I eat after fruit is usually yogurt. And another thing about dairy, I never eat skimmed, like no fat, low fat dairy is possible, no fat, never. I think it's better to eat something like 2 to 5% fat dairy, and I'm absolutely in love with all kinds of yogurts and cottage cheese varieties. We have a lot. So it's very often that I have cottage cheese mixed with yogurt and some berries or some jam or some honey or peanut butter, or I even sprinkle granola or some dried fruit over. So that's how I eat my milk protein. And I can also have a porridge. Porridge for me is steel cut grains. I usually buy 5-7 grains mixes, and I add them to boiled milk, and I prefer to cook them. And of course, if I have more time, I buy the ones I cook longer, but I never buy rolled oats like or instant porridge. I never do that. So with porridge, I eat the same one I make for my daughter. So it's just milk, the grains and some maybe cinnamon and a little bit of vanilla. So I don't add any sugar or anything like this. Every day is different. Like, I'm not trying to say that I eat differently every single day, but I try to, one day it's porridge and the next day it would be something like an omelet or eggs. With the eggs, I never eat egg whites. I only eat whole eggs, 2 or 3 eggs, with toast, with ham, and some vegetables and cheese. Instead of butter, I would smear some cream cheese on my bread. And yeah, I think that's it. I can have some fish or some avocado, just the regular kind of breakfast. If I go out, I usually have like a large British breakfast or whatever it's called, continental. Yeah, the only thing there is that I don't drink orange juice. So that's it for breakfast. Sometimes I have cottage cheese pancakes or some kind of cottage cheese pudding, which yeah, it's not very sweet, so it goes well. But obviously, I would say that I'm not very correct from the scientific point of view here, because doctors don't recommend starting with some glucose, overdose. But I have fruit, and it's not something that I would recommend doing if you are trying to cut your sugar and things like that. I'm not, so I eat that. Lunch. With lunch, it's very tricky. Like, it really depends on how much time I have. If I have time, I have a proper lunch. But if I'm on the go, if I'm so busy, I rather skip my lunch than eat something, like snack on something. I feel like I can overconsume on some things. If I'm on the go, I don't control what I eat, I don't enjoy it, and I cannot even remember what I have. So I'm trying to find good time to eat lunch. If it's lunch, it can be anything from like a portion of rice, salad, some meat. Normally it's any kind of grains, any kind of vegetables, fresh or cooked. By cooked, I mean stewed or fried, and some meat. With meat, it can be like minced meat, like a meatloaf or cutlets, or just a piece of meat, as lean as possible, but I eat all kinds of meat. So with dinner is my second largest meal of the day. And of course, if I had a substantial lunch, it might be a little bit less, but still I usually have like pasta bolognese, carbonara. I'm a big fan of Italian cuisine. And I can have a pizza, I can have sushi, or anything I have prepared at home, or order something like takeaway. And here, like, there are no restrictions really, and I often have a glass of wine with my dinner. Another thing is that sometimes I have dinner around 6 or 7 in the evening, and sometimes I have it very late at night. But in any case, another not very healthy thing, I know, but I still feel like I have to confess, because I'm absolutely 100% honest with you guys. I finish some of my meals around midnight, and I go to bed like in half an hour, depending on what I need to do. That's a habit. That's definitely not something that you should be doing. And I don't think anyone would recommend that, but I'm telling you about my life. So if I have a dinner like that, then I would normally eat a dessert, and the dessert can be eaten very, very late, and this is, ta-da, ice cream. Ice cream. And I eat a lot of ice cream. Maybe there's a trick of what kind of ice cream I eat, so I don't get enormous or something, I don't know, but I try to eat the ice cream which doesn't have anything added to it, like nuts or cookies or chocolate chips. So if it's just chocolate, it's chocolate. No toppings, sprinkling anything on top, nothing. Just if it's vanilla, it's vanilla, or vanilla with chocolate. So it can be different types, but you know what I mean. Like I don't mix anything in, and I eat a lot, like up to half a kilo ice cream a day. I feel so bad about telling you all this. Another thing that I should mention is that my weekend dining is a little bit different, and I usually have good hot lunch, and then in the evening I enjoy something that I enjoy so much is those cold cuts, like charcuterie plate with different types of cheeses, and I love all those molded ones and stinky ones, and I have honey with cheese, or I have dates or nuts, and I enjoy a baguette with all that, and some pate and some salami, some prosciutto. So that's the type of my weekend dinner, and I look at food as something that gives me so much pleasure, enjoyment, and I need to take time and consume that. So it's really like it should be an hour or an hour and a half where I just enjoy it and enjoy the time. And I usually drink a glass of wine with that too. So it's either one day per week or 2 days per week, but that can also be my dinner. And also one thing about the festivities, like if I go to an event or a party or have like a celebration, then I eat everything I like. And you know that like Russian celebrations, like the tables are covered with salads and whatnot. So I pick the ones that I really enjoy eating, and I eat a little bit of everything. It's sometimes hard to stop, but yeah, I somehow manage. So I believe that's it. Another thing that I should probably mention is snacking. I don't like snacking. I don't like all those bars and muesli bars or something that you can eat between the meals. I would prefer to wait a little bit, if it's possible, until I have a proper meal. Desserts, yes, because I was only talking about ice cream, but I absolutely love cake. I absolutely love chocolate. I love all kinds of cookies and waffles, and this Russian thing called zephyr, which is a type of a marshmallow, can be covered in chocolate and nuts. And yeah, those desserts are something that I try to eat not more than 3 times a day. So if I have a cup of coffee or tea, I eat one thing with it. It's either ice cream or a piece of cake, or I don't know, can eat up to half a chocolate bar, a few chocolate bonbons or something like that. So I am a strong believer in having a little bit of something sweet every time, so I don't like crave a lot. And another thing is why I never try to substitute, like I never use any sweeteners, I never use any like mix-ins, like healthy kind of substitutes. I personally tend to overeat on those things and end up consuming a lot more than if I did with a real food. So I'm not trying to trick myself into healthier options. I think that is actually something which ends up not being healthy. So as you see, there is nothing very interesting or secretive about my eating habits. They're very basic, and as I have previously mentioned in the video about my general philosophy on it, it's all about balance. So if I overeat one day, and I overeat sometimes, of course, I will eat less the next day, or if I cannot resist one piece of cake and eat two, then the next dessert is going to be something like a piece of fruit. So guys, I think I have mentioned everything I was planning to. I hope it wasn't too long and you enjoyed it and managed to stick till the end. Please, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments. I will probably make some Q&A also later on once I get all the questions piled up, and also give me a hint of what you would like to see in the next episode. It was such a pleasure talking to you guys. See you in my next videos. Bye.